Sorry guys, I'm not used to microphones and all that. I wanted to share, it's a fun story, me surfing. We got pictures of it, but it's a God story. I am...
Wait.
Don't put them up yet, yeah. So it's 1986, before they invented, tow-ins, and they had people saving you and the little things that will hold your feet onto the board. Super big day, the biggest day I've ever seen personally. And the way God made me, I'm naturally not afraid. I'm not the bravest guy out there. I'm just naturally not afraid. The guy that's the most afraid, still out there, he's the bravest dude out there. So I'm just naturally not afraid. So I told my friends, I said, come on, we gotta go for this. And we went to the place we normally go to, which is right in front of my house. It was out of control. It was too big. So I talked him into going to Palos Verdes, this place called Indicator, and it was really, really big and getting bigger. It was about 30-foot faces when we paddled out, and we paddled out. I couldn't believe we made it. And we're out there, and I'm catching some waves, and the waves keep getting bigger and bigger until finally there's waves that are like 50 feet high. They don't even look real. They're breaking so slow. I'm just, it's like a dream. I was stoked. I think everybody else was pretty afraid. Now believe me, my heart was pumping. So I finally see my friend Mark Bowden. You know Mark. He's another skateboard guy. He takes off in this wave, and it's about 10 feet higher than this wall here. And when he takes off on it, the wave goes over him, and I know he's wiped out. I just want to make sure my friend's okay, because we're about a mile out of sea. So I'm looking and looking and looking. He's not coming up. He's not coming up. Now you got a wetsuit on, so you're restricting your breath. You got cold water, so you can't hold your breath that long in cold water, and your heart's pumping like this, so you can't hold your breath. So a 12-second wipeout on a big wave is a long time. He's under for about 20 seconds, and I start screaming with tears. This is my best friend I've known since I was 4 years old. Mark, come up. And I'm yelling, and about a minute goes by, and I see his board come up. And he's down about 30 feet. And he finally climbs up his leash, paddles up to me and says, I'm getting the hell out of here. You coming? I said, I can't. I might never be able to ride waves this big again. I gotta go for it. And I know that was God. That's not me. So everybody gets out of the water, and the waves are enormous. And when you try to take off in a big wave, you gotta really commit. Just as hard as you can. And I was going, yeah. So about four waves in a row, you're looking down. The smallest wave I can find is 30 feet high. It's 3 stories. And the bigger ones were 50 and 40 and in between that. So about 4 waves in a row, I back out of the 4th wave and I say, oh God, I got a hefty fear out here. And God didn't say, hey, there's 50-foot waves out here, man, get out of here. He said, did I give you a spirit of fear? Let's go surfing, dude. I want to have some fun with you.
Yeah.
And like you said, God really wants adventures. I think we limit the Lord by limiting ourselves.
Yes.
So when he said that to me, that love and the sound mind, I didn't really connect those two, but I needed the power. So in the middle of the ocean, mile out of sea, I screamed, power, power, power. And this is where I want you to put the picture up of me paddling out. The Lord said to me, right after that, who's greater? Right there, I'm screaming, greater is he that is in me than that wave. I'm screaming right there. And I'm not afraid no longer. And I don't know if I took off on that wave, but I took off on a bunch of them like that. And now I want to tell you, I've been battling, I don't know if you guys know this, but I've been battling brain cancer. The day we found out that I had a brain tumor, the Lord put a song that my wife's had called The Voice of Truth, Casting Crowns. You guys have all heard it. The first part of that song is get out of the boat onto the crashing waves. And the Lord said, this wave is a parable about what you're about to go through. Yes. And so you show the wave. Show another picture. So show the next picture. See, I'm at the very, very bottom down there. The reason I'm at the very, very bottom is because I took off on that wave and it was shaped like this and then like this. And I don't have the little fins on. I don't have the little rescuer out there. All I have is the Lord, which is more than enough. Yeah. I take off on that wave, and this is like I took off on this cancer battle. I thought, hey, I'm a man of faith. I got the Lord, man. I'm okay. So when I took off on this wave, I think I'm okay. I've done this before. It's not quite as big as this, but I'm okay. And all of a sudden, I flew off the ledge, and I don't have the little fins holding my feet on the board. I lost my board. But then I landed back on my board backwards. And there's a 43-foot wave right here. I'm going down, right? And I make it, only because of God. I'm going, I can't even believe this is happening to me. I get to the bottom and I turn, and I get to the top, and I say to myself, dude, should you go for it? And I always said yes. Yeah, go for it. Now, I felt like that first part of my thing was, when I got really sick, I thought, oh my gosh, where's God? I said, what's going on? You know, this isn't supposed to be happening to me. But the Lord was with me. Yes. And He said, we're going to go through a process together. Yes. Together. And I'm going to sustain you. And every day, God would show up. Every day. I would worship Him, and He would, yes. I felt like in the middle of my sickness, the most blessed man in the whole earth. Yes. You know? So then I get an MRI, and it looks good. You know, I think I'm home free. Now I'm at the top of this wave when I get my MRI, and I'm heading down the face of it. Now you show the other picture. So now I'm booking it. I think I'm okay. But this wave is catching up to me. And you guys have been at the beach, and a 3-foot wave like this knocks you down and tears you up. A wave like that really does damage. But that wave did catch up to me. And it was no longer me surfing, but Jesus. And normally, when on a big wave like that, a big wave surfer, the motto of a big wave surfer is you drown before you panic, because if you panic, you will drown. So I normally start, if I think I'm going to wipe out, I start taking really deep breaths, and I start talking to myself, you're going to be okay, dude, you're going to be okay, don't worry about it, you're going to be fine. But on this particular day, because Jesus was with me, I wasn't afraid, I wasn't even thinking about stuff like that. I was just going, oh man, I wish I was over there. That's a lot safer. But then, this is a true story, it's so cool. I'm glad I was a part of it. This big chunk of soup hit me, knocked me off my board. I landed on a flat piece of water just like this stage. And that thing should have taken me and crushed me and took me 30 feet into the water, and it wrapped me around and spun me around, and I would have had to just believe God just to live. But no, it was no longer me surfing, it was Jesus. The second I fell, I'll do it. Bam, I've fallen. I'm here, and the very second I fell, I was at the surface. I was translated without going through the water or anything. God took me. The second I fell, He took me to the surface. Right then. That very second.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't clap, but the second I got up to the surface, I went, praise the Lord. kept surfing, man. God, and I surfed until I was shaking, and I said, I better not tempt the Lord. But God is so good. He's been there with me. I got 1,000 stories like this where God's done some great things with my life. And I'll tell you, when you're desperate for Him and live a desperate life, He'll show up for you every single time.
Yes,
He's
will.
been there for me every time.
Yeah.
I've been through a lot. I got a million stories I'd like to tell you guys, but I promise Him I'd only be up here for a little while.
Yes.
You want to stay there? I want to call your wife and your son. Call your wife and your son out.